We are very pleased to welcome in for the first time the brand new SmackDown Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss, here on Off the Top Rope. Miss Bliss, when you hear SmackDown Women's Champion, what do you think about?
I think about the fact that I've known that I was always deserved to be SmackDown Women's Champion. The women on SmackDown Live have dominated our division over and over and over again. We have main evented. Our whole division is on fire, and there's nothing that can compare to it.
Very nice. Now, you yourself started with WWE and NXT back in 2013. In less than 4 years, you're one of the top women in the company. Who has been the biggest influence in your growth as a performer?
Who's helped the most in my performance grow is definitely Sarah Amato. She has been my trainer in NXT for 3.5 years. I remember my first day in NXT, I went to her and I told her, I have no idea what I'm doing. You know, I didn't train wrestling before this, and I was like, I need your help. And the one bit of advice she told me was, you know, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And I owe so much to her, and she helped me in so many ways. And obviously, I've watched wrestling growing up, and I always looked up to Trish Stratus, and I try to model a couple of things in myself after her.
Yeah,
sure.
You kind of remind me of Trish just a little bit. We actually started the exact same day back in the day, so a little nugget about Trish there. Let's talk about your life before.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know, kind of. You mentioned your life before the WWE. You were a competitive bodybuilder. You competed in the Arnold Classic. What is the biggest difference in training between the two different scenarios, I guess?
Well, before I did bodybuilding, I was a gymnast and all-star cheerleader since the age of 5, and I'd competed in the Arnold Classic every year since the age of 5. So transitioning into bodybuilding was definitely a different avenue, but I loved it, and it got my cardio up, my stamina up, my strength. But to be honest, nothing can compare you for what you go through in the ring, because the things that we do, there's nothing else like it in the world, and nothing can prepare you for it.
If everybody could run the ropes one time, then they would sit at home and let the likes of you do it for a profession. Am I right?
Absolutely. Has anyone ever felt those things? Those things are so hard. I remember my first day, I remember hitting the ropes, and I had the most back pain in my life. I called my mom. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. This is really hard. These ropes hurt. But it's something you get used to. And I mean, I'm 5 foot, so I kind of have to jump into the ropes when I hit them, which, you know, shows my athleticism even more. But, you know, it's definitely, I think if people actually hit the ropes, they definitely have more respect for what we do.
You're absolutely right. And look at you now. Now, we're talking sports because we're on Sports Center. It's been a huge part of your life. When you were young, I believe, if my research is correct, softball, track, kickboxing, gymnastics, Division I cheerleading. How did all of those prepare you for a career as a WWE superstar?
Well, yeah, I started at a really young age. I was 5 when I first started doing gymnastics, and in the off-season of gymnastics, I did cheerleading. In the off-season of cheerleading, I did softball. In the off-season of softball, I did kickboxing. And all of that just really built up my strength. And my first day of gymnastics, what they do is they put you on a balance beam, and they push you off and teach you how to fall. So it's one of those things that it's a very unnatural movement for what we do, but my body was a little bit more trained to it, and I know how to fall, I know how to protect myself from injury, and all of that has definitely helped to where I am today.